Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Mana Gauratishe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Surupakam Bhaktiakyam Bhaktavataram Namani Bhakta Shaktikam Aradhya Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanaya Saddama Vrindavaya Krishna Chaitanya Upasana Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Mana ऋषवदो वर्गेण कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलं प्रेमां पुमतो महान् श्रीचैतन्य महाप्रभोर्मधुमिदं तत्रादनापरः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome all of you. We have UK Rogini Mataji, Usha Mataji, Sudarshan Prabhu and Parmeshwari Mataji. Thank you very much. Saranya Mataji. Thank you very much for joining. Pooja Mataji, Kavya Mataji, Kavita, thank you so much for joining. And Usha Mataji, thank you very much for all of you joining. And as I mentioned, we have been traveling this Navadvip, 9 islands of Mayapur. This is the birthplace of Mahaprabhu. This is I'm basically talking from this book, a small book called Mahatmya, Navadvip Mahatmya, written by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So here it is mentioned that there are 16 rivers flowing in Navadvip. There are 16 rivers flowing in Navadvipa. Some of them, to name some of them, Ganges, Yamuna, Saraswati, Tamarabarani. Tamarabarani is in Tamil Nadu. And Krittamala, I don't know where it is, and Brahmaputra in the north, then Sarayu, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, Gomati, and Godavari. These are few example. And we have Alakananda, Mandakini, Jalangi, you name. There are so many rivers. All these rivers, they all flow in this wonderful Navadvip. And also there are 7 holy places. The Shastra says there are 7 holy places. Just by going to Mayapur, all the 7 holy places you can visit. What are the 7 holy places mentioned in the Shastra? Ayodhya. Number 1 is Ayodhya. The second holy place is Mathura. Third one is Maya, or it's called Haridwar. Haridwar. Ayodhya, Mathura, Haridwar, Kashi, Kanchi, Kanchipuram in Tamil Nadu, Avanti, which is in Ujjain, where Krishna went and studied under Sandipani Muni, and Dwaraka. So I repeat again, the 7 holy cities explained in the Shastras, where these are very, very pious place. The 7 holy places: Ayodhya, Mathura, Haridwar, Kashi, Kanchi, Avanti, and Dwaraka. All these places, you don't need to go individually. This is all present in this 9 islands of Mayapur. All these holy places resides here. Now also, wonderfully Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains the Mahatmya of visiting these islands. Okay, let me read few glorification. Then we will read the pastimes of all these places. Okay, some of them I will read. He who lives in Navadvipa Dhama is very fortunate, for he achieves attraction for Krishna. He who happens to go there becomes freed from all offenses. He one attains by traveling all the holy places is attained by just by remembering the Navadip. Even just by remembering Navadip, all the 7 holy places which I said, you would have gone there. That credit you get it. So one falling at the feet of the pure devotees in Navadipa, Bhukti and Mukti, personification of material enjoyment and liberation, both are stay there. Even one night staying in this Dham, it brings you so much glory. So in Navadip Mahatmya, this is not different from Krishna Goloka Vrindavan. So the entire holy places, holy rivers, you name it, it is there. We will see that shortly. So the sequence of parikrama is that Jiva Goswami came and Nityananda Mahaprabhu taking Jiva Goswami around the tour. The first they went to the AntarDvip. It's like a 8-petal lotus. You can see the 8-petal lotus. In the center it is yellow color AntarDvip. So AntarDvip is represents the Atma Nivedanam. Then we will see the entire, today we will see the AntarDvip. Then we move on to Simandadip. Simandadip is where Shravanam, it's known for Shravanam. Then the third island is Godrumadip, which is known for Kirtana, where Nityananda Prabhu started his preaching movement. Then there is something called the fourth island is called Madhyadip. I'm repeating this so that you will get memorized. By end of the session, you will all know this nine island. Antardip, Simandadip, Godrumadip, Madhyadip. After Madhyadip, the right hand side of the part of that, you have 5 islands: Ritudip, Janudip, Modradip, and Rutrudip. So we will be going to all these places and we will explain all the holy pastimes, whatever happened here. Okay. Before that, uh, I just want to show you today what are the places we'll be visiting. So this Antardev, which I told you, Antar means secret. Brahma has been revealed the secret. What is the secret? Brahma has done this offenses against Krishna. He stole all the calves and cowherd boys. So Brahma was bewildered how Krishna is expanded himself. So he's going and asking forgiveness. Then he comes here in this Antardip. He comes and meditates. Brahma comes and meditates. Then Gauranga Mahaprabhu reveals that in Kali Yuga, I will take birth as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You will take birth as Haridas Thakur. So this secret was revealed. That's why this place is called Antardip. One of the reason why this place is called Antardip, where you can see that Brahma has meditated. Now, what is the places I can see? I'll give you a brief overview. Of course, we will review this at the end of the session, but just to give you what are the places. There are many places. So starting with ISKCON temple, where the beautiful temple of Vedic planetarium is coming. Then there is just opposite to ISKCON, you come out of the campus, you have a Srila Prabhupada Ghat. From there, you can take a boat, you can go do a Ganga Puja. The devotees will take you to the Ganga Puja. You can go on the boat. There is a Panchaveni is there. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Mandakini, Alakananda. So all these 5 rivers come together. Panchaveni. You can do. You can worship the Triveni as well as Panchaveni here. Then we talked about there are 4 or 5 ghats. 4 ghats especially. Mahaprabhu Ghat, Madai Ghat, Barkona Ghat, Nagorya Ghat. We have seen these 4 ghats. This is the place when these are the places lot of pastimes, childhood pastime Mahaprabhu did, especially when he was going to the school, pulling the people, pushing them in the water. Now all those activities, challenging the people, debating with other people. So all those pastimes from Mahaprabhu did in the Mahaprabhu Ghat. Then we seen that there is a Madai Ghat. Madai Ghat is where this Jagai and Madai was delivered. After that, they constructed this ghat and they were doing Vaishnava Seva to counteract the Vaishnava Aparadh. So they were maintaining this ghat nicely and they were doing the Seva there. What is Barkona Ghat? Barkona Ghat is the temple constructed by Vishwakarma. Mahaprabhu told, construct a beautiful ghat. So it was constructed by Vishwakarma. and there is a Shivalinga is there. Why the name Barkona? Bar means the star shape. You see that 12 edges will be there. That's why Barkona. Barkona Ghat. There's a beautiful temple of Shiva temple, and there is a Nagaria Ghat. This is the place general public come and bathe. So this is a beautiful stretch of ghats, various ghats, very closer by each other, where Mahaprabhu did lot of pastimes here. We can remember those pastimes. Then there is a place called Bharadwaj Tila. What is Bharadwaj Tila? This is the place Bharadwaj Rishi. We all know Bharadwaj Rishi in Ramayana. He came and meditated. Then he saw Gauranga here. So this place is there. Then there is a place called Ganganagar. What is Ganganagar? We all know the story, right? Bhagirath has bringing the Ganga from the heavenly planets so that he can deliver his forefathers. When Ganges was going to Mayapur, she stopped it. She's saying that I will not flow now. Then she says that Gaur Purnima is coming. This is the holiest of holiest places. I will stay here for 1 month. Later I will come. So like that, she stays here in Ganga. She meditates this place. This is the place Ganganagar where Ganga Devi meditates on Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Then after Gaur Purnima festival, she proceeds further. Then Yogapit. Yogapit is not different from Gokula in Vrindavan or Mahavan in Vrindavan. This is the same birthplace of Krishna. So here Yogapit is the place where Mahaprabhu has taken birth. Then we will see Shiva Doba. What is Shiva Doba? They are the protectors of the Dham. Vriddha Shiva and Prodha Maya. This Shiva and Parvati, they are protecting the Dham. We will see the pastimes of that. I'll remind all of them, but I'm just giving an overview of what are the places we'll be visiting. Then we will be visiting Srivasangan. He is none other than Narada Rishi. And this place is same as the Rasasthali. Wherever Krishna is doing in Krishna Lila in Vrindavan, wherever Rasa dance he did, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did a kirtan here. So this is equivalent to Rasasthali. Yeah, how Yogapit is equivalent to Gokula in Mahavan, this is Vrindavan Rasasthali. Then we have Advaita Bhavan, Advaita Acharya, who called Krishna to come in this earth by putting Ganges and Shaligram, worshipping Shaligram with Tulasi. Then he is a Vishnu and Shiva incarnation. Then we will go to Gadadhar Sangan. He is none other than Srimati Radharani's expansion. Then also we will visit Murari Gupta's place. Murari Gupta is none other than Hanuman. Please understand, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the same Krishna himself. When Krishna took avatar, all the Devas, everybody came. Brahma, Chandra, you name, all of them came. Shiva, everybody came and served. Similarly, when Mahaprabhu taken avataram, is same Krishna, entire Devatas, everybody from Krishna Lila, they all came here. That's why you see Radharani, you can see Narada Rishi, you can see Gokul Mahavan, even Anjaneya, Hanuman, Murari Gupta is none other than Hanuman. He comes here. So then we will visit Chaitanya Prithukund, and then we will visit Chaitanya Mat, which is Chandrasekhar Acharya Bhavan. Then also we'll see the place of Chand Kasi Samadhi. Chand Kasi is nothing but Kamsa in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan Leela, the same Kamsa appeared here also in Mahaprabhu Leela as a Kamsa. Then we will also meet Shuklambar Brahmachari. Who is Shuklambar Brahmachari? He is none other than the Brahmana Patni. In Krishna Leela, we all know Krishna went to Mathura. He asked for food. But the Brahmanas were very busy in worshipping Yajna and all, but they are not given the food. But the Patnis, the Brahmana Patis, they all came and rushing and gave food to Krishna. So the same, one of the Patni of Brahmana Patni, she appeared as a Suklambar Brahmachari. So I will narrate the pastimes of that. Then we also see that Jayadev was staying here for some time before moving to Champahati in another place in Navadip. We will see detailed discussion about Jayadev Goswami, who wrote Ashtapati, very famous poet Ashtapati, and Dasavatara Shloka he sing. Tavakara Kamala Varenakam Arputa Shingam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. So he wrote Ashtapati, this Dasavatara Shloka. This all been today sung in Puri. Jagannath will recite, he will listen, then only he will sleep. Without listening this song, he will not do. So all these things are composed. Some of them are composed in Navadip. So we will see his pastime. And there is a place where Brahma came and meditated. That place is there. Then there is a Nandanacharya's house where Mahaprabhu meets first time Nityananda Prabhu. This many important pastime places are there. I will cover few of them, not all of them, because some of them are there in the book description, but we don't know the exact place. So what happened after Mahaprabhu left? The entire Navadip Mandal was covered with water. Ganges is flooded. Nobody knew what are these places. So after 200, 300 years after that, Bhaktivinoda Thakur came. Then this place were slowly recovered. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur as well as his son Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and few acharyas helped to excavate these few places. So we knew few places. Few places it is just name in the name in the chart, but we don't know exact places. Maybe devotees are trying to find out where is these places, but still we will remember the past time, hear the pastimes, what happened here, and we will know some of the places you can go, some of the places I don't know where are they. So to start with, last week we have seen the ISKCON temple. I will not go in detail, but we have seen wonderful pastimes of Lord Nrsingadev, very, very powerful deity. He would remove all the obstacle, very fierce. So there is a book written by His Grace Jananivas Prabhu and Pankajangiri Prabhu on how this Nrsingadev appeared, what are the leelas he is doing. Till date, he reciprocates with the devotees. So let us pray to Srila Prabhupada and Nrsingadev. Then we start our parikrama today. And we know Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhakti Avataram Bhaktiakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. We pray to this Panchatattva because we when we start our chanting, we chant their Shanti mantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Without their mercy, without Panchatattva's mercy, you can't reach Krishna, Radha Krishna. You will not attain Radha Krishna Prema. So the entire parikrama, what are I shown here, this is simply whatever pastime happened between these five personalities mainly. Whatever these five personalities did, that was this places all covered. Okay, this is what we're going to see predominantly. And Sri Radha Madhav ki Jai. And this Goshala. And this is the temple of Vedic planetarium coming up. Another 2 years this will open up. Once this opens up, the entire world will be going to Mayapur. I'm not exaggerating. This is a prediction in the Shastra. Once this temple opens, the entire world will be going here. Already there is a 7,000 people already living in this city, and you will see more people in the ISKCON campus, national headquarters. You will see more and more people are coming here. So to give a brief overview of this, four gods I talked about. One is Mahaprabhu God, where Mahaprabhu, as I mentioned, he did lot of pastime when he was child. He used to go and pull the leg of the people, Brahmanas who were doing Gayatri Mantra. He would spit water on their faces when they come out, they want to do puja. Or the young girls go and worship Shiva, saying that, please give me good husband. Then Mahaprabhu will go, he say, you give all the offerings to me. I am the god of Shiva. Shiva is worshipping me, you give everything to me. The girls would say, how can we give? This is meant for Shiva. You are a small Brahmana boy, we can't give. Then he will curse. If you don't give me, you will get married to a old man. And he will have 4 wives. You will be the 5th one, like that. So they are all afraid, oh, this is a Brahmana boy. Like that, many childhood pastimes. One time what he was doing is, he was harassing all the devotees there in the water. Then they all said, let us go and complain to his father. And they all went to complain to his father. Immediately Mahaprabhu, what he did, he told his boys, when my father comes, tell him I never came to Ganges. Then he jumped from other route and he went home. Before those people come, Mahaprabhu was sitting in the lap of Mother Yashoda. No wet in the water, is very dry, clean, and he was eating with in mother's lap. Then everybody comes and complains. See this Nimai, every day he creates a lot of trouble. Then Nimai says, today I never been to Ganges. You are just lying. You are cooking up stories. I have not gone there. Then they will be surprised how this boy, he's here, but everybody is complaining, but he says he didn't go to the place. Like that, Mahaprabhu again, once everybody complains, they went again, he will go and he will play with his friends in the Ganges, like that. A lot of pastimes he did it in the Mahaprabhu Ghat. And I told you the story of Jagai Matai story, but I will not repeat it again. Jagai Madai, they hit the Nityananda Prabhu with the broken part. They are the most degraded person in Kali Yuga. They did almost all the offenses what they can think of. They were high educated Brahmanas, but still they were doing all those offenses. And Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur went and prayed every village, entire village. They begged, please chant this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But Madai got angry. He hit him with the broken part. So the blood was bleeding, coming. Then Mahaprabhu got really angry. Who hit my Nityananda is more dear to me. Then he took Sudarshan Chakra. He called Chakra. Then he was about to kill with Sudarshan Chakra Jagai Madai. Then Jagai caught hold of his leg. He said, please forgive. And then Mahaprabhu forgiven. After that, they never went back home. They every day chanted 120 rounds. Haridas Thakur chanted somewhere around 192 rounds. Jagai Madai chanted 2 million names. Haridas Thakur chanted 3 million names. And Jagai Madai, they never went home. They chanted every day, constantly chanted. Then also cleaned up. They created with their own hands. They did not deploy any people. They created, excavated this place, and they made a ghat, bathing ghat. Basically, those days there's no bathroom, right? Everybody has to come to the Ganges, take bath, and they go home, take water for cooking, and also everybody comes to the Ganges and take bath. So they made a beautiful ghat, and all the Vaishnavas come and take bath. After that, he fell at their feet, will ask for forgiveness. So that's a wonderful ghat. Madai Ghat is there. Mahaprabhu Ghat, we saw Madai Ghat. Third one is Barkona Ghat. This is the place Mahaprabhu studied. As well as I told you, there was a Pancha, 5 Linga Shiva temple. Beautiful Shiva temple is here. And this is the place when Jiva Goswami first time coming to Mayapur. This is the place he inquired about Nityananda Prabhu. Where is Nityananda Prabhu? So Barkona Ghat is also another wonderful Shiva temple is there. And a lot of other pastime happened. Then Nahariya Ghat is the where all the schoolmates would play around, and also the normal people would take bath here. Okay, so and then we talked about Ganga Nagar. I told you when Ganga was flowing, and she stopped saying that I will not flow anymore because Gaur Purnima is coming. 2 months I will stay here, and she meditated and did tapas here. That's why it's called Ganga Nagar. Okay, then we saw that Bharadwaj Tilla. This is the place where Bharadwaj Rishi used to meditate, and this is constructed by ISKCON temple. See, this is just a site, nobody knows, only the acharyas and other people know. So in order to remember these places, most of the places ISKCON is trying to at least put a signboard. There are many places even there is no signboard, or you don't know what is this place, where is this place. At least ISKCON is trying to put small mandap or small construction. They're procuring lands so that in future we all will go and see. There are a lot more needs to be done in Mayapur, Vrindavan. As I mentioned, in this list, most of the places we don't know where it is. We know in this area, locality, but exact spot, some of them we don't know. Right? So where we find it, the ISKCON is trying to put a small temple or something like that. And this is one of them is Bharadwaj Tila. Most of them are in the sequence. I'm going in the sequence so that when you also, in case you go and visit physically, you can see these places in this sequence or in this order. Then we are going to the famous place Yoga Peeth. This is the same place. This is the neem tree. This is the same neem tree, 500 years old neem tree, under which Mahaprabhu took birth. The same old neem tree, and this is his house. And we have seen various pastimes here. Also, I have talked about the importance of this place. When you visit Yoga Peeth, there are three holy places you will go. This Gauranga Radha Madhav that represents Vrindavan. Then Panchatattva and Jagannath is there, that represents Puri. And the and also Navadip. And so this place is as good as you're visiting Vrindavan, Puri, and Navadip when you go and visit this temple. In 1935, when Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he was excavating places, he found this Adokshasha deity. This is the deity, original deity worshipped by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's parents, Sachimata and Jagannath Mishra. This is 1934. They excavated the deities, and this is the temple. They have three altars. One is the Gaura Narayana and Lakshmi Priya and Vishnu Priya. Then we have Radha Madhav, then Panchatattva. This temple was constructed by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in 1906. This is the place, exact place Mahaprabhu has took birth, and he collected one rupee from entire village. Then he constructed this wonderful temple. Also, I talked about this two Shiva is there. One is the Gopeshwar Mahadev, another one is Kshetrapal Shiva. Gopeshwar Mahadev gives to do devotion service. One has to go devotion service. We have to pray to Lord Shiva. Vaishnavanam Yada Sambho. So he gives the permission to do any devotion service. Then we know Kshetrapal Shiva is protecting the Dham. One time what happened? He was in ecstasy, chanting Gauranga, Gauranga. Mother Parvati asked, "My dear Lord Shiva, I never seen you. What happened?" He said, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is going to take avatar in Kali Yuga. I'm going to where? I'm going to Mayapur. I'm going to put small hut in near the Ganges, and I'm going to witness all this pastime happening in the house of Sachimata and Jagannath Mishra. So Mahaprabhu, Shiva came before even advent of Mahaprabhu. He came and he stayed just behind the courtyard of this temple. He stayed here permanently. He is also residing eternally here, watching the pastimes of Mahaprabhu. Also, there is a wonderful deity of Gaur Gadadhar as well as Lakshmi Narasimhadev temple. Now, let us move on to the second spot. It's called Shiva Doba. So, this is a wonderful story. One time, this temple was, I told you, right? After Mahaprabhu left, the entire place was covered with water, Ganges. Nobody knew where it was. Originally, this place was closer to the Yoga Peeth, and this is the where somebody is trying to move this temple or destroy the temple and construct something. And Shiva came in the dream, saying that I'm eternally residing as Vriddha Shiva and Purnamasi, Prododamaya. So these two people stay eternally here, protecting the Dham. And what happens is when the water floods the entire Navadip Dham, Yoga Peeth and other places, they go to a place called Paradanga, which is the current Navadip city, which is in Koladip. So if you have seen the map, there are you can see this Koladip, it is here, this Koladip, right now we are in AntarDvip, from yellow color to that light pinkish color, Koladip. That's a place where they move their house. They will stay there also. Now, these two places, this Shiva is there. When we go to Koladip, I will explain more detail about this Shivas. But just right now, you just understand that they eternally reside in this place, Shiva Doba, as well as in Koladip as Vriddha Shiva, as well as Prudamaya. So, I will explain more details about Prudamaya and Shiva when we go to the Koladip. But understand, this is another things to noted is that same Koladip is none other than Vrindavan. This is Rasasthali. Again, this Paradanga is a place, Koladip is a place where there is it's called Paradanga, and it is equivalent in Chattikara in Vrindavan. Now, what is Chattikara? Krishna stayed in 4 places. As soon as he was born in Gokul Dham. From Gokul Dham, actually born in Mathura, from the jail he came to Gokul Dham, Nanda Maharaj house. Then after that, there are a lot of demons coming. Then they moved on to Chatikara. That's a place stayed for some time. Then they stayed in little bit for Vrindavan. And the 4th place they went to Nandagaon. These are the 4 places Krishna stayed in around Vrindavan. Similarly, Radharani also moved. She born in Raval, then she came to Barsana, and after getting married, she went to Javat. She also stayed in some time in Vrindavan. So you can see that Krishna stayed in 4 places, 4 important places. One is Gokul, second one is Chattikara, third place is Vrindavan, fourth place is the Nandagaon. These are the 4 places Krishna said. So this Koladip is not different from Vrindavan, Chattikara or Vrindavan. So this both places are there. When we go to Koladip, I will explain more how it is like, various 12 hours of Vrindavan, how it is mapped in Navadip, and all the holy places going to Vrindavan, you can just go in Navadip by just going to Navadip. There is no difference between Navadip and Vrindavan going on Parikrama. Okay, so this Shiva temple is there. We can pray to Lord Shiva so that he protects the Dham and also he awards a devotional service to us. Then we went to a place called Srivasangan. This is the place we will be seeing. The Srivasangan, Advaita Bhavan, Gadadarangan, this all very close by. This is the same compound. But this is the place devotees, when Mahaprabhu, before appearing Mahaprabhu, all these devotees gather here. There is a beautiful flower garland. What they do is every day they come and pluck the flower for puja. That time all these devotees will discuss. Srivas Thakur, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar, they're all discuss when Krishna is going to come, what is the latest news happening around the world, who is the Vaishnava is visiting, anybody is coming, like that. They generally talk. This is the house before Mahaprabhu. They would come and discuss a lot of pastimes and things like that. And this place is very closer to Mahaprabhu's birthplace. From here, let's say about less than half a kilometer from Yoga Peeth, the Mahaprabhu's birthplace, and this place Srivasangan is there. And this Srivasangan, what is the importance of Srivasangan? As I mentioned, Srivasangan is none other than who is Narada Rishi, right? They are all these Vaishnava Acharyas are born in current Bangladesh. But they all moved to Navadip because it is the learning center. Now we all go to America to study, or we come to Bangalore, they all go to IIT, some other places, Mumbai, because they know that these are the places education is very good. So similarly, Navadip that time was a very scholarly place, and everybody used to come here. They stayed here. So many devotees also moved here, and there are many pastimes happen. I don't know, when I start now this, probably I will not able to complete all of the pastime, but I will take 1 or 2 pastime, then move on. Probably we will try to cover as much as possible later point of time. But here many wonderful pastimes happened. So 2 pastimes I will touch upon. Before that, you can take darshan of the deities. You have Panchatattva deity and Narsimhadev. You can see this is the deity. The temple has Panchatattva and Narsimhadev deity. Then we have Sri Radha, Madan Mohan and Gaurahari. There are 3 altars are there. One is Panchatattva and Narsimhadev. Then another 2 altar is that Radha, Madan Mohan and Sri Gaurahari. So this is the temple darshan. So what happened here? One time I told you, right? Chand Kasi. Who is Chand Kasi? Who is none other than Kamsa, who Kamsa himself. So every night Mahaprabhu got initiation. After got initiation, he was so ecstatic in Krishna Prema. Every night he said, why are we sleeping? Why are we wasting our time? Let us chant every night. So he closed the door in the night. All these 5 acharyas, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, Murari Gupta. So this close associate, they all in the night do a big kirtan. And everybody went and complained to the Muslim, saying that, oh, these people are entire night shouting. I don't know what they're drinking. So please, you come and stop this kirtan. So all these Brahminical, enemical people, they went and complained. All the Hindus only complained. And this Chand Kasi Kamsa came and he told his people, you can see in the Mridanga, it is broken, you can still that. This is the same old Mridanga 500 years back, which was broken during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time. You can see still in the altar. And he broke all this Mridanga and he said, no more Kirtan, loud Kirtan, nobody can do it. So till then, Mahaprabhu was doing night Kirtans at home. Then he got really furious. I came to to this material world only to propagate this Sankirtan movement. Hare Rama, Hare Nama, Hare Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva Gadiranyata. I came here only to establish. Now these people are stopping. Then he got really angry. He told everyone, let us march tonight. We are going to Chand Kasi's house. This is the first civil disobedient movement. It is not Gandhi who started. Actually, Mahaprabhu started this civil disobedience movement. You can see many people with torch. They are all coming. There are lakhs and lakhs of people. Somebody said, let me go. I want to see Mahaprabhu dancing in the night. Only, see, he was dancing only in the closed room. Now Mahaprabhu started dancing on the street, doing Sankirtan movement. People are feeling blissful. Somewhere he saw from the sky, the flowers are showering. People are amazed. All the devatas standing on the top and they were showering flower. There is a cool breeze coming up and people who participated in the Kirtan, they're just getting mad. Krishna Prema, they're all ecstasy. And they're pulling their husband, wife, other children, other people in the street. Come, let us join. And the entire village practically emptied. Huh? And the thief, they thought, okay, this is the right time. Let us go and steal in their house. But as soon as they heard this wonderful Kirtan, the thieves also forgot what they came for. And they also joined the Kirtan. And everybody, those who just heard this Kirtan, it was so attractive, like Krishna is playing flute. That's why this place is called Rasalila, Rasastali. Shiva Sangan is called Rasastali. Why? As how when Krishna started playing flute, the gopis were invariably attracted. Whatever they were doing, they just left it. When the baby they were feeding, they left the babies. They were somebody serving their husband, they just left vessels and they ran away. Somebody was pulling water and they just dropped it. The bucket fell down inside the bucket. Somebody was dressing. Halfway through, she ran. As soon as she heard the flute of Krishna, they ran to the forest. Similarly, here, all the devotees who are here, who somebody came for stealing, somebody came for some other activity, everybody was mesmerized by Kirtan. So this Kali Yuga, it's very, very practical. This is Krishna has started this Kirtan. So as much as possible at home, you can take one kartal with your family, do a simple Parjan and Kirtan. It will give you blissful. It will bind you, your family. It will give you such a wonderful atmosphere. You can easily progress in Krishna. Otherwise, you go to the temple whenever bhajan happens. Please attend this. Kirtan is very, very, very important in our life. So then everybody went to Chand Kasi and finally Chand Kasi Kamsa was pacified and he returned a will saying that nobody will stop in my area. In my generation comes together. Nobody can stop this Sankirtan movement. And that pastime is happened these wonderful places. And also to mention another pastime is there was one Shiva Sangan, whenever he used to do Kirtan, right? So there will be, he will not allow the outsider people, only insider people are allowed. One time what happened is Srivas Thakur's son died and everybody is crying at home. When Mahaprabhu started dancing, same time the son has died in the house. And Srivas Thakur went and saw his wife. She was crying. He asked, why are you crying? He said, our son is dead. No problem, let our son die, but don't cry and make a huge cry so that Mahaprabhu will stop his Kirtan. You don't disturb. Till he completes his dance, don't cry. Nobody should tell anybody others. So he ordered them not to cry. In spite of his son dead, he came normal and he was dancing with Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu said, I'm not feeling ecstasy. There is something wrong. Can you tell me what is that? Srivas Thakur said, no, nothing. Mahaprabhu, you can please start doing Kirtan. But Mahaprabhu after some time stopped. Please tell me the truth. Then he told, yes, my son has died. And Mahaprabhu got a shock. Your son is dead, you're not telling and you're participating in the Kirtan. Then Srivas Thakur said, I don't want to be any disturbance in your Kirtan, including my son is dead, no problem. Then Mahaprabhu revives that boy. He comes back alive. How can I make your son dead? So he goes and puts his hand, then the boy comes back alive. So like that, many pastimes happened here. I can keep on telling. There is one more wonderful pastime. Probably when time comes, we will do that. This is called Mahaprakasha Leela. This is a wonderful 21 hours. Krishna was sat in the throne. He was given bath. You can see in this left side picture, this was the altar. So Lord Gauranga went and took the Shaligram, Nashingadev, on his lap, and he said, I am the same God. Then he started showing Advaita Acharya, this Nashinga form. To Murari Gupta, he showed us Rama, Lakshmana, Sita. He showed the form of Rama. Some other devotees, he showed 400 form of Vishnu Rupa. Somebody, he showed Satrupa Puja. Somebody showed the Kala Vishwarupa to the devotees. Like that, he was, because he's Krishna himself. When Krishna comes, all the avatars, Matsya, Kurma, Varaga, Narasimha, Vamana, Dattatreya, you name me, all the avatars will be inside the Krishna. So similarly, when Mahaprabhu came, all the avatars were inside him. So those devotees who wants to see whatever form, he showed all of them is Vishwarupa. That's the time he was proving that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, because generally he will not reveal because he came in the mood of a devotee. But this is one exceptional scenario. He showed his Vishwarupa to all his devotees in various forms. It's a wonderful pastime. We will see some other time whenever we get time. And also there is another wonderful pastime as Nityananda Mahaprabhu. This Nityananda Prabhu and Crow pastime. And one time, Srivas Thakur's wife Malini, she considers Nityananda Mahaprabhu as his son, even though he was 32-year-old. Imagine 32-year-old boy, but he feel very affectionate to his mother. Sometimes he will go and drink milk, because as soon as mother Malini sees Nitai, she would breast will be filled with milk, and with motherly affection she would feed him. Sometimes he would drink milk like that. One time what happened is, this crow taken the small pot which is meant for puja of Srivas Thakur, and it's somewhere it thrown and it came back, and she was lamenting, oh, my husband will start puja, what will happen? This crow has taken this pot. And Nityananda Prabhu said, don't worry, I will bring it. Then he told this crow, please bring that bring the cup back. And the crow immediately went and brought it, because Nityananda Prabhu is nothing other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is another form. So like that, there are a lot of miracle pastimes were happening in this wonderful place, Sangan. And as I mentioned, this is none other than the same where Vrindavan Rasalila is Rastali, where we can all, the Sankirtan movement started. This is the birthplace of Sankirtan. This is a very, very worshipable, very amazing place. Still, you can go and see this Mridanga which is broken. Then closer to that is the Advaita Acharya. You can see this is a house, Advaita Acharya house. Advaita Acharya also stayed in Shantipur, which is about 20-30 kilometers away from this place, but he stayed in two places. This is the place you can see. He is worshipping Shaligram with Ganges water. Then he caused Mahaprabhu to come. So because of Advaita Acharya, Mahaprabhu took birth. And also we see in Gadadhar Pandit. Who is Gadadhar Pandit? Again, there are so many pastimes. I'll be briefly touching, because if I start talking, every places we have to talk for 2 hours. Then we will not end the session. But interest of time, we want to complete all the 9 islands. I'm rushing little bit. So this Gadadhar Pandit house is also nearby. Gadadhar, who is Gadadhar Pandit? He is none other than Srimati Radharani. One pastime I will talk about is the Gadadhar's Vaishnava Aparad. So Gadadhar is Radharani. Who is Radharani's father? Any of you know in Krishna Leela? Vrishabhanu. So Vrishabhanu has taken avatar. I came as a Pundarik Vidyanidhi in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So whenever I explain any personalities, I will tell who was there in Krishna Leela, how they became here. So naturally, Radharani's father, he came as Pundarikya Vidyanidhi. So one time, Mukunda, his friend, is taking Gadadhar. Let us go. There is one Vaishnava is there. His name is Pundarik Vidyanidhi. You will go and meet him. As soon as he goes and sees, you can see he is not in devotee. He was very opulent. He wore a very silk cloth, silk dhoti. He was sitting in very posh chair. He was eating betel leaves. He were having so many jewels and things like that. Outwardly, he never seems to be a devotee. And Gadadhar was thinking, hey, my friend, what kind of Vaishnava is? He's not a devotee. He's a karmi and he's doing all those material enjoyment opulence. How can be a devotee? Then Mukunda started singing uh, a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Ago Bhagiyam Sanakalakotam Jiggam Sayaya Lebe Satvi Lepe Gatim Tatrim Uchitam Tatonyam Imva Dayalu Sharanam Rajema. He started glorifying how Putana was delivered by Krishna. As soon as he heard Pundarik Vidyanidhi, and he started rolling from the bed sofa and started rolling on the ground, feeling Krishna's ecstasy. Then the real appearance, real Rupa was revealed. Then Radharani, in the form of Gadadhar, started calling Father, Father. Then Gadadhar actually takes initiation from Pundarik Vidyanidhi, his father. So he remembers his father and he takes his initiation from him. And also, Gadadhar is a person who always with Mahaprabhu. When his childhood pastimes happening, right? Maha is completely opposite to Mahaprabhu. What Mahaprabhu do is very naughty. Mahaprabhu, you can see, very naughty, extrovert. He would be aggressive. But whereas Gadadhar is gentle, very sober, very quiet. Whenever Mahaprabhu is not able to control his emotion, Gadadhar would take us, put us in his lap and he will control as a elder brother. So Sachimata always tells, never leave Mahaprabhu, always you accompany him. So Gadadhar Pandit, who never left Mahaprabhu, whatever circumstances, he went to Puri after sannyas, he also went to Puri. So he was studying in the school, he was also studying in the same school. So Gadadhar Pandit is like one who is always there with Mahaprabhu throughout his life. When he was Kirtan was happening, let it be he was taking sannyas or he was going to Puri, everywhere he followed Mahaprabhu. And he stayed finally Kshetra Sannyas in Puri, Tota Gopinath temple in Puri. This place is when we go to Puri, we can see this place. And there is also wonderful pastime, how Mahaprabhu finally entered into Tota Gopinath. This is the temple where Mahaprabhu entered into the deity form, which was worshipped by Gadadhar Pandit. That's another wonderful pastime. We will see some other time whenever we have free time. Now, after that, we will move on to the place called Chaitanya Mutt. One second, sorry. Okay. So this Chaitanya Mutt, this is established by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, but it is before Chaitanya Mutt. This is the house of Chandrasekhar Acharya. Now I'll be introducing many devotees' names in the past time. Try to remember as much as possible. If not, that's okay. Who is this Chandrasekhar Acharya? Sachimata, who is Mahaprabhu's mother, Sachimata, had a sister. Her name is Malati. So Malati is who is that? Younger sister of Sachimata, who is the mother of Mahaprabhu. So it's a younger sister, and the Chandrasekhar Acharya is husband of Malati Mataji. So Mahaprabhu used to come here apart from his mother place, and they also treat him as a child because Malati is also Chikkama, right? So he came to their house, and they're also parently affection. Nima used to go to their house. The important pastime is they used to do a lot of drama. See, look at this. This is very important. Mahaprabhu used to do a lot of drama in his childhood pastime. Like Kirtan will be done by Mukund. God, Haridas Thakur and Murari plays a god. And Shivas is Narada Muni. Mahaprabhu he dressed himself as a Rukmini Devi, Radharani, Gopi, Ganga Devi, Mahalashmi. One time he was dressed so much like Rukmini Devi, his mother could not able to recognize who is this girl. And they said, no, it is not a girl, it is your son. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is dressed so beautifully like that. So he would enact various pastime dramas. The costume, this Chandrasekhar Acharya would get all those costumes, ladies' costumes, other costumes, jewels to Mahaprabhu. And his regular pastime is that he would go and do a lot of pastime here in this house, very house where he used to perform his various dramas like that, and nobody would identify Mahaprabhu because he would dress himself into various beautiful Rukmini, Radharani. Then they will say, "Oh, this is some new girl," but actually it's Mahaprabhu who is able to do that. And there is one more wonderful pastime happens here. The another pastime is that, and this place is the headquarters of Gaudiya Math. We all know Srila Prabhupada is Guru Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He established 64 temples. Srila Prabhupada established 108 temples. But before that, his Guru Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, he established 164 Math, out of which this is the headquarters. Mayapur is the headquarters for all the Gaudiya Math to come. This is headquarters of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. But because of his power, this place is called Vrajapatna. What Vrajapatna? It is non different from Vrindavan. He brought Giri Govardhan, he brought Radhakund, he brought Shamakund, and he established Radhakund, Shamakund, Giri Govardhan here because of his power. So this place is non different from Vrindavan. So if as good as you go to this place and go around parikrama of this Govardhan Shila, Radhakund, Shamakund, it is as good as going to Vrindavan. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur established this beautiful place, and this house you can see. This house, this is the house he used to stay. He used to chant many number of rounds. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, this is his house actually. You can see his shoes. Now also it is preserved. His original shoes, his umbrella, his stick, walking stick. You can see his the cloths, whatever he used. This is still there, but most of the time they don't allow people to go inside. They will just simply lock. Only devotees would know, and the request of devotees they would allow. You can see there is a stick on the cupboard. That is his walking stick. These are the things actually used by him, and still it is preserved in the house. This is closer to the Samadhi Mandir of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Just this house is there, and this place is still preserved. And this is the headquarters of a wonderful temple. And he also established Vrajapatna. So there's another wonderful thing to note here is that when his Guru, Gaurakishore Das Babaji Maharaj, there was one place near the Ganges, his Samadhi was kept. But because of water is coming and the Samadhi was getting eroded, he told his Shishya, disciple, go and get the Samadhi of Bhakti Gaurakishore Das Babaji Maharaj. One brahmachari, a single brahmachari, single-handedly, his disciple went and lifted the entire Samadhi. Can anybody lift his Samadhi? He lifted Samadhi, dragged, and he brought here. So here also you see Gaurakishore Das Babaji Maharaj Samadhi, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Swami Goswami Maharaj. He died in Calcutta. Then he was his Samadhi was made here. So this very holy site of this place, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his Gaudiya Math is established. And also, as I mentioned, you can see in the picture, this is the Radha Kund. Radha Kund, he established a beautiful Radha Kund, and this is the holy Giri Govardhan. Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai. So just by simply going to this temple, visiting this place, you visit as Vrindavan. And also, there is a beautiful museum is there. The entire Chaitanya Charitamrita history, what Mahaprabhu right from the birth to till the death, the entire thing is depicted in the form of a beautiful small miniature, small exhibition is there. When you time permits, it's half a day. You need at least half a day to roam around the temple. It's a big. See the Gaurakishore Das Babaji Maharaj place, as well as this Radha Kund, Sham Kund. You can peacefully meditate and chant. There is another powerful, important thing in this temple is that the deity is named. What is that? Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari. So you can see the beautiful deity. This is the biggest deity, Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari. Another thing what he did is Mahaprabhu. When Mahaprabhu took he established this four sampradaya, right? Brahma, Madhva, Gauda, Sampradaya. He took very four principles from each of this sampradaya, and he established this temple. That's why when you go to this temple, you will see Ramanujacharya, Nimbarkacharya, Vishnu Swami, as well as Madhvacharya picture will be there, and their philosophy. What did Ramanujacharya preach? Ramanuja talked about Sri Sampradaya. This is called Vishishta Advaita. His philosophy is called Vishishta Advaita, special Advaita philosophy. What is that? One should unalloy devotion to only without karma and jnana, only pure devotion service one has to do. That's what Ramanujacharya talked about. Second thing is to serve the Vaishnavas, Vaishnava Seva. Mahaprabhu took to this principle, and same Ramanujacharya, he was born much ahead of Mahaprabhu, but still he came in Gaura Leela as Ananta, a person called Ananta Acharya, and he helped in the he saw the wedding of Mahaprabhu, and he's as a Brahmana he participated. So you can see all these acharyas, they knew before that what Mahaprabhu is going to take birth, and they are all taken again birth in when Mahaprabhu took birth. These acharyas all came. So Ramanujacharya also taken avatar as Ananta Acharya, and he stayed near that place. Then the second person is Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya talks about Dvaita philosophy. One is that he want to complete defeat of Mayavada philosophy. Mahaprabhu took initiation from Madhva Sampradaya. Why? Because he defeated the Mayavada philosophy. So he was so pleased. Then he said, Madhvacharya, I will take in your Sampradaya initiation. That's why Ishwarapuri takes initiation, who comes in the Madhva Parampara. Second, worship of Krishna. The Madhavas, they do beautiful yajna. They worship Krishna. If you go to Udupi, the way they worship it is very beautiful. Then he said, I will take this principle of worshipping Krishna as the principle. Now, the third sampradaya, Nimbarkacharya sampradaya, who are from the four Kumaras, he's taken the Dvaita Advaita philosophy. What is that? Exclusive shelter of Radhika. Taking shelter of Radhika. Then the exalted mood of gopis, taking gopi bhava. These are the principle he took from him. Again, Nimbarkacharya born as a Keshava Kashmiri in Mahaprabhu Leela, and he also participated. Then also we see Vishnu Swami from Rudra Sampradaya. It's a Suddha Advaita philosophy. Again, he took two principles from them. The sentiment of depending on Krishna, then spontaneous Raganuga Bhakti. And this person also, Vallabha Bhatta, he also took birth later point of time to participate in the Leela. So like that, why I'm telling this important thing is that Mahaprabhu, am I sharing? Okay. So this acharyas you can see here, four sampradaya, Lord Brahma, Sri Lakshmi, Lord Shiva, four Kumaras. From Lord Brahma comes Madhvacharya, Sri Lakshmi, Sri Sampradaya, Ramanuja comes. From Lord Shiva, Rudra Sampradaya comes Vishnu Swami. The four Kumaras comes Nimbarkacharya. All these acharyas, some other way or other, taken birth in Kali Yuga when Mahaprabhu took avatar, and they also participated in the Leela. And they also know that Mahaprabhu will take birth in this particular thing, and they continue their mission activities. So Krishna has taken two principle. Mahaprabhu taken best from the two sampradaya and combined all of them, and he started this Sankirtan movement. So this Brahma Madhva Gaudiya, ISKCON is called Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, and we have all the best principle from this four bona fide sampradayas. Okay. Now let us 5:20 now. Another 15 minutes I'll take time. Then remaining whatever it is there in the picture is not there, I'll try to explain orally. Then I'll open up for more questions. By 5:45 I will try to close this. Another 10 minutes we will wind up. Now we are come to a place called Prithukund. What is Prithukund? when Prithu Maharaj in Satyuga, so he was leveling the entire field. See, when the earth was created, it is not a proper like flat. It was mountain and it's not proper thing. So Prithu Maharaj, he was leveling this entire world, and he created that time. There was a light coming from this area. Then all his workers, employees went and told Prithu Maharaj, there's a place called Mayapur, and closer to that, there is one place. There's a beautiful light, this effulgent light is coming. We don't know what it is. Then he meditated. Then he saw golden form of Mahaprabhu. Then he told later in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come. Let us all the devotees use this place. He digged a beautiful lake, big lake. You can see now also it is there, a big lake, and everybody can utilize it. Later, what happens is in this Prithukund, Lakshma Sen. So there is a person who later the king, on his father name, he constructed this place. So that's why this is also called, where is that? Balal Digi. You can see this 8th place, Balal Digi. This was Lakshmana Sen. Later point of time, he re-excavated these places and beautified it on his father's name, Balal Singh. That's why it is called Balal Digi also. So this is a beautiful kund, and anybody who takes water or takes water from this place, all the sins will be eradicated. Any sins anybody has, all your sins will be eradicated. You just take water, sprinkle the water from this beautiful Prithu kund. And Prithu also is incarnation of Satyavesha avatar of Krishna. So any people who come, they all knew that Mahaprabhu is going to take birth here. They did their bit to excavate either pond or to serve the Vaishnavas, or they again took birth and participated in Mahaprabhu Leela. So this is a wonderful place. And closer to this Prithu Kund is what we have, this Murari Gupta's house. 2-3 pastime I'll try to cover because it's very important to understand Hanuman, right? Who is Murari Gupta? Murari Gupta is the Hanuman incarnation, and also he wrote a lot of he noted down Mahaprabhu's Leela in his diary. That is what we are having Chaitanya Charitamrita. Today we are reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's because Murari Gupta has noted down his childhood activities, stories, like how we write diary. He wrote the diary of those days, and that diary is used as a basis to story, pastime I'm talking. This is a person who is seen, Hanuman, none other than Hanuman, who personally witnessed it and also he wrote it down. And second person who wrote it down was Swarup Damodar Goswami Maharaj in Puri. So both two diaries were handed over to the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who is the author of this Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then he wrote based on the diary. He wrote this beautiful Chaitanya Charitamrita pastime, whatever we are talking about, wonderful pastime. So this Murari Gupta comes from the family of Ayurvedic doctor. His entire family is doctor family, right? And he also studies like Gadadhar Pandit, Murari Gupta. They're all seniors, maybe 5-7 years senior to Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu goes to school. They also, along with him, they all go to school together. They'll come. Mahaprabhu used to argue with them. Like sometimes he would argue with Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhar Pandit, tell me what is liberation. Sometimes Gadadhar Pandit would tell some explanation, then he would refute, saying, no, you are wrong. This Shastra says like this, and you're telling like this, and he would refute. Similarly, Murari Gupta would sometimes talk about the Mayavada philosophy, explain to his children. The Mahaprabhu would really get upset with him. Then he would sometime go, he would take prasadam, he'll go and pass urine on his prasadam, he would torture him, he would embarrass him like that. But Murari Gupta later, he knew that he's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, none other than Krishna himself. And one time he told, why are you not chanting my Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Why are you not chanting my name? I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But since he's Rama Bhakta, Hanuman is Rama Bhakta, he can only chant Rama, Rama. Other than Rama, he can't chant any other name. And he told Mahaprabhu, I know you are Krishna, Sakshat Krishna, but I am not able to chant your name. I am attached to Rama. Sorry. Then he says, Mahaprabhu, that is a perfection. It's fine. You're chanting Rama's name. Please continue to chant like that. And he also showed Rama, his Rupa. He transformed himself. I told you, right? Srinivas Angan, he showed his form of Ramachandra to Murari Gupta. One time what happened is Murari Gupta wanted to commit suicide because he knew that Mahaprabhu is going to take sannyas and he is going to go from Mayapur, Bengal to Puri. After that, he knew that he can't go to Puri because he's very old and he may not be able to participate in Leela of Mahaprabhu. Then he decided, let me commit suicide. So he kept his knife and he wanted to commit suicide. Then Mahaprabhu, he is Antaryami, he knows, he's Krishna himself. He came to Murari. Hey Murari, why are you doing such an offense? Murari said, what offense? I don't know any offense. I didn't do any offense. I know you are trying to commit suicide. Then Murari Gupta felt ashamed, but he was trying to hide. No, 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 I didn't commit any suicide. I don't have any plan. How can you know? How do you know? I did not commit any suicide. But Mahaprabhu says, I know you're trying to commit suicide. Bring that knife, which you are trying to use to commit suicide. And Murari Gupta said, which knife? Where? What knife? I don't have any knife. I am not committed anything. But Mahaprabhu says, I knew. He went and exactly where this knife was hidden, he brought it and he showed it to Murari. What is this? Why are you committing suicide? And Murari Gupta says, my dear Lord, with your separation, I can't live. I know you are going to take sannyas. I know shortly you're going to take sannyas. You'll go away. I can't live this place anymore. That's why I'm committing suicide. And Mahaprabhu cried profusely. Oh, Murari Gupta, you are my soul. If you're gone, whom will I fight with? Whom do I would chat with? Whom do I harass? Don't leave me and go. Because of you, I'm surviving. Otherwise, I can't survive. And he took a promise that you never do this again in your life. Like that, he took a promise. So this sweet exchange of relations is all happened in Murari Prabhu's house. This is the Murari Gupta's deity. Still now, this place is also here, which is closer to the Pratukund. And this is the place also closer by Jaidev Goswami was staying. And later they moved on. Jaidev Goswami moved on to Champahati, another place in Navadip, which I will talk about later. But this place is like a lot of Yavanas, that same Muslim kings were all ruling. So some people moved away from this place to avoid them like that. And we are come to the end now. But let me go back again. The places which I have not covered, I will talk about it orally. If I have not covered it. So let us review the places again. We have seen ISKCON temple. Then I also told there is a Prabhupada Ghat where there is a Ganga Devi temple is there. And you can also take a boat ride. You can go to Ganga Puja, Panchaveni, Triveni. You can do Ganga Puja. After that, we have seen 4 main important ghats: Mahaprabhu Ghat, Madai Ghat, Barkona Ghat, Narya Ghat, Nagorya Ghat. Then we also went to Bharatwaj Tila, where the meditation Bharatwaj did. Then we saw the Ganga Nahar. Ganga Nahar is the place where Ganga did penances when she brought from the heavenly territories. She stayed here. She came to Navadip and she stopped. She waited for Gaur Purnima to happen. Then she went and delivered those people. So that's why it's called Ganga Nahar. And also this is the place where Mahaprabhu's guru Gangadas also was staying. His house was there. Sometime Mahaprabhu used to go to school in this way. Then Yoga Pit is the birthplace, which is none other than Mahavan we saw. Then we also saw Shiva temple, Shiva Doba. This is the place eternally Shiva resides, protecting the Dham. And when we go to Koladip, I will explain more details about this Shiva, who whenever this Pralaya happens, he moves to that place called Koladip. Then we saw the details Shiva Sangan, how the Mridanga was broken, how the Sankirtan movement was created. And this is none other than Rasasthali in Vrindavan. And there are a lot of pastimes. This house, Srinivas Sangan, had Advaita Pavan, Gadadhar Pandit Bhavan. So all these devotees were used to stay closer to each other, and they always used to praise each other and do that. That's a wonderful pastime happened. And we have seen Murari Gupta's place. Prithukund also I've talked about. Then we went to Chaitanya Mat. How explained, this is the place where Mahaprabhu used to do drama, a lot of drama in the night. Chandrasekhar Acharya is like Chikappa. So his Sachimada's sister and her husband. So this is the place. And later Chaitanya Mahat was bought by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He established his headquarters here. This is called Vrajapatna also. We've seen that lot of pastime here. We didn't go to Chandkasi Samadhi. Probably when we go next Srimantatip, I will cover. But I talked about Chandkasi is none other than Kamsa. This is none other than Mathura. Kamsa, where he stayed? This is Mathura. So as soon as you go to Chandkasi Samadhi, you are in Mathura. We didn't cover Shuklambar Brahmachari Ashram. So this, I will explain the Shuklambar Brahmachari story for 5-10 minutes. Because this some of the places I didn't visit. I don't know where it is, but I know that this is in AntarDvip. But in the Parikrama, neither I've been taken or I don't know where it is, but definitely it is there some nearby. So this Shuklambar Brahmachari Ashram, who is Shuklambar Brahmachari? Again, I told you, this is the Brahmana Patini, where in Krishna Leela, the Brahmana Patinis in Mathura brought food to Krishna, whereas their husbands, they're all busy in doing yajna. So whenever Mahaprabhu comes, he would snatch. So the habit of Shuklambar Brahmachari is that he remained Brahmachari, he never got married. And every day he wants to eat, he'll go to 5 houses, only 5 houses. He will beg for something. Whatever they give, he will eat. If they don't give, he will not eat. Remaining time, he will sit and chant. And he will not go more than 5 houses. That was his austerity. He will go only 5 times. One time he went to a house and the lady told her husband, see, the Shuklambar Brahmachari has come, he's asking some food. We don't have any food in the house. What should we give? And his husband, her husband, he's very, what is it, kanjus. He said, don't give anything. No, but something we have to give. His wife told, okay. In that time they use wooden stove, right? Wooden means you will be ash. They use the firewood. Then he said there will be some ashes. Anything we don't use any ashes, give it to him. Then she said okay. And she said, Shuklambar Brahmachari, we have only in our house only dust, bodhi. You want to take this dust? He said, ash, give me the ash also, no problem. So he took it. He thought, okay, Shuklambar Brahmachari, at least they will be purified by just giving this ash. If not giving anything, that's fine. But you give me that also. He accepted like that. Some houses, they'll give him ash. Some houses, they don't give. Sometimes they give us very broken rice or boiled rice, which is broken and not be used. And those kind of things they'll throw at him. And that's what he would have. But Mahaprabhu would snatch those rices and eat from him. Then he would cry, oh Mahaprabhu, this is not fit to be eaten. How are you eating? And he said, I see your pure love, how you are chanting Shuklambar Brahmachari. I love your preparation. And one time he told, I will come to your house and take prasad. Please cook for me. So he, with whatever ingredients, broken ingredients, with love, he cooked. Many times Mahaprabhu used to come to Shuklambar Brahmachari's house. He would take, especially when he came from sannyas. He went to Gaya to do Shraddha Shramani for his father. Then when he got initiated by Ishwarapuri, when he came back, he told everyone, please come to Shuklambar Brahmachari's house. I will meet all of you. So Gadadhar Pandit, in the Srinivasangan, they're all talking each other. Srivas Thakur tell, Mahaprabhu has changed. After sannyas, he's not become a scholarly Pandita. He is not proud. He's become very humble. He's crying, always chanting Krishna's name. Let us all go and meet him. So Gadadhar Pandit, Advaita Acharya, Srivas Thakur, everybody goes to Shuklambar Brahmachari's house. Mahaprabhu returns from Gaya and he explains what transformation happened to him. And many times he asked him to cook food, whatever that broken rice, whatever is with love, like is like similar like our Vrindavan Leela. Who is that? Avalaki game, Kuchela. Similar pastime. Whenever Kuchela is to give that avalaki, Krishna is to eat with love. Similarly, Mahaprabhu ate with love this broken rice from the Shuklambar Brahmachari. He is a very pure devotee of the Lord. And that this place is very much there. Then I also told Jayadev Sripad is staying closer to the Prithukund, that area, but after that he moved to different place. So we will discuss more in detail about Jayadev Goswami when we go to that Champahati. There is a place called Champahati. We will discuss that. And this also has one place where Brahma is meditated. We don't know where he got meditated, but we know it is one place in AntarDvip. But somewhere he would have meditated. I don't know where it is. This Nandanacharya, there is one more place called Nandanacharya House. This is closer to our ISKCON. The next building of ISKCON is Nandanacharya House. This is the place first time Mahaprabhu met Nityananda Prabhu. Probably the next session when we go to the Koladip, I will include the Koladip. When we go there, I will include those pastime. Right now, I would like to stop here and ask your feedback. Is the speed is okay, or are you able to follow, or anything you want to change? Accordingly, I will customize the program for next 2 to 3 weeks. So next week we'll be going to Deep. Now we completed the AntarDvip, which represent Atma Nivedanam. The next we're going to go beautiful island called Deep. We will have Kolavicha Sridhar's place. We will have Jagannath Puri. Deep is none other than from Jagannath Puri. So any of you not gone to Maya Puri, tomorrow please come next Sunday. We'll be going to the Puri Dham, and there is Balram. He has killed many demons. Wonderful pastime happened here, and also we will visit many other places in the Deep. This is a wonderful place to meditate on. So if any comments or questions or reflections, please share. We'll be visiting Jagannath Temple, Kolabecha Sridhar, Shasti Tirtha, Maya Mari. This Maya Mari is the demon which killed by Balram. Panchastantala, Nashingapalli, Harihara Kshetra, Amgata, Swarna Bigar. These are the places we'll be visiting next week. Please stay tuned. After that, we'll go to Godrumadip. It's again wonderful place. Every place is amazing. Madhyadip, Poladip, Rutudip, Janadip, Modrumdip, Rudradip, all beautiful. These are small islands. Rudradip, Modradip are small island. Probably I will club it in one day. This AntarDvip, Simandadip, Gotrumadip are big. So sometime I would need 3 to 4 weeks. Koladip also I need one day. Madhyadip and Rutudip like that, they're all I'll combine two so that we can complete it in sometime 2 or sometime 3 in same day. These are small islands, but these are big islands, AntarDvip, Simandadip. So I will take some more time. Hare Krishna. Didi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much for joining, Priya Mataji. Thank you so much, Madhuri Mataji. Thank you so much. Revanta, thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Friends, if not, I'll be closing it in a minute or so. So if you have any to ask, so next week, don't forget, we'll be going to Simandadip, other than Puri, and also we're going to Harihara Kshetra. Harihara Kshetra is none other than Kashi. If you're not gone to Puri, please join next week. We'll be going to the Kashi, Mahakashi. This is called Mahakashi. Puri. Original deities of Puris are here. So we will discuss more wonderful nectarian pastime.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Mataji.
Is it possibly, can we have a recording for the next week? Because I won't be able to watch this program as I'm working next week.
Sure, I will try to do it, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much for
Krishna,
joining.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Pooja Mataji.
Prabhuji, can you tell me some advantages of seeing virtual dham?
There is no difference between doing virtual. Of course, when you go physically, there's a lot of benefit, but virtually also it gives the same benefit, because Krishna form, name, there is no difference. So there is one beautiful example of South Indian Brahmin. He didn't add any money. So, but one time they told you can meditate mentally and you can offer everything. So he started doing very opulent offering. He do big abhishek, and he started cooking. One day mentally, this all he doing mentally. One day he touched the kheer to check whether it is hot or not, and his finger got burnt really. Then it shows the power of meditation. So you can mentally also go through. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur also says, even one remembers Navadip and his sins will be eradicated. I'm not telling this is there in the book. Even when somebody dreams about Navadip, or somebody even imagines or even thinks about it, there's a lot of purification. Of course, it's better to go around with the devotees, with the bhakti. We can do chanting, kirtan, and hear these places. It is purifying. but it's also equally purifying during this pandemic time. We can also go, because we are all working, we can't go for parikrama. So it's virtually doing this also purifying, remembering the pastime of the places. Always we'll be remembering. So this is also equivalent to us doing a parikrama.
So
Virtually.
it happens, Prabhuji, in this way also.
Yeah. Those who can't go, they can virtually do. Those who can do physically, you can remember this, you can hear this. When you go there, then you will remember all these pastime places. And also Gaur Purnima is coming. So you also you'll learn a lot of pastime where and all it happened. It's easy to remember, easy to remember. Okay, this I know this is a pastime happened. So you will remember Mahaprabhu's Leela. Basically, we are telling the stories of Mahaprabhu. So it's easy to remember. You also get the benefit of going around the parikrama. Even you do virtually, still you get the benefit. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, if there are no more questions, I will stop here. Okay. Any
Thank
more
you,
questions?
Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha.
Prabhuji, sacrifice.
Ekram Sindhu
Pranam
Pradhanam
Bhavani
Bhavani
Vaishnava.
Vishwa Vidya